Hey friend, I'm gonna be honest, Kobe is doing good. Things have changed now that boyfriend is in county lockup. It's amazing what a pair of handcuffs can clear up your vision. Yeah, so we get to see him whenever we want. He is ready for summer break because him and that woman, that grandma his, is heading south for 3 weeks. And when I tell you I'm counting down the days that I have to put them in that car, crank it up, and hit 95 South and get off at that Roanoke Rapids exit. Yeah. But he's doing real good. Like, we see him all the time now. Talk to him every day. Miss Clemmy still getting him and his crew to and from school. Yeah. Handcuffs will change your vision. Yeah, so yeah, but he's living his best life. He is, and listen, going to middle school. He headed to middle school. Next year we start middle school. Oh boy, yay! Yeah, but he's doing good. Okay, bye. Hey babe, Kobe is down south with his granny. They down south with that man living their best summer life in the country. And they've been gone for about 2.5 weeks, and they're gonna be gone another 3.5 weeks. And I love that for them. So he's doing good. He's down south with his granny, living his best summer country life. And so I talked to him earlier today. I said, "Hey bud, what y'all got on the schedule for today?" He said, Cookie, we going fishing." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, listen, catch something for me." That's what I said. Well, about 30 minutes later, he calls me. He said, "Aunt Cookie, we back in the house." I said, "But I thought y'all was going fishing." He said, "Aunt Cookie," he said, "everyone in my life is a senior citizen." He said, "And the senior citizens down south ain't no different from you. They can't be in the heat too long." So yeah, he's down south living his best life. Okay, I love you. Bye. You know one thing I absolutely love about the Cookie Crew? When I tell y'all, y'all come with the information and the tea. Girl, wait a minute. Hold on. Let my mind catch up with your comment. Okay. Wow. But do we know who's paying them now? Is it someone in the Diddy's camp? Like, who is paying these people? See, that's the question. Who is paying these people? You know one thing I can say. I can listen. When it comes to celebrities, boy, they will take us down a rabbit hole, won't they? Who are paying these people? And what is the point? Because my thing is, that, to me, that would be a waste of money. Because just because if I'm on the jury, or if I'm a prosecutor, a judge, or whatever, and I see somebody walking around with a free Diddy shirt on, that's not going to make... Okay, maybe I'm going too deep with it. Okay, thank you, friend. I tell you, the Cookie Crew come through with the information. Man, that's true. But let me say this. I got one better for you. The same man who played Holland Doyle on Scandal also played on an episode of Heat of the Night. It was based on 1987. This man, on Heat of the Night, his name was David DeShaw. Okay? On this particular episode, Heat of the Night, David DeShaw was running for the state senator of the state of Mississippi, right? Now, on this particular episode, this man, David DeShaw, who was running for state senator, did not like anybody who was not white. He said the South needs to go back white. Black people need to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Okay, you know where I'm going. So on this particular episode, him and his campaign manager and the other people in his campaign decided they were going to do a fake assassination attempt on David DeShaw's life. David DeShaw got his campaign manager to find 2 hillbillies out of Sparta, Mississippi to do the assassination attempt. It's a fake assassination. They were supposed to just shoot around him. Because David DeShaw and his campaign manager and other people in his campaign said one thing about white folks from the South: they're all for equality until they find out a black man tried to assassinate a white man. Stay with me. So on this particular episode, his campaign manager went out there and found two guys to fake an assassination attempt on this man. But here's the gag. David DeShaw and another guy who worked in his campaign, who was not his campaign manager, changed the plan without telling the campaign manager, because David DeShaw wanted to use this fake assassination to kill his campaign manager, because not only did he find out that his campaign manager was sleeping with his wife, but that wasn't the reason he wanted them dead. He wanted them dead because he found out his campaign manager was telling a New York newspaper about David DeShaw's personal life. And according to Sparta police, when Virgil and Bubba and Gillespie and them got a hold of the campaign manager's private diary, they found out David DeShaw, who was running for state senator of Mississippi, was doing some Jeffrey Epstein stuff. And the campaign manager got killed. But once Bill and Bubba and Virgil and them got down to the nitty gritty, guess who went to jail? Okay. I'm just saying. Do with that information what you will. And this episode was taped in 1987. Oh, crap. Listen, if you want to see stuff that resonates with today, please go to Prime Video and look up the Heat of the Night channel and watch every single episode of Heat of the Night. That's what resonates with today. But I hear what you're saying. Okay. You know what, friend? I remember I worked for a government contractor in Arlington. This government contractor was located on Wilson Boulevard. And I remember 3 months after I got the job, they had a potluck. And this one lady used to bring homemade kettle chips and onion dip for the chips. And I remember I was in the line and they had a veggie tray. They bought a veggie tray. So I was getting some of the veggies. But then in my mind, I said, ooh, let me get some of that onion dip. And as I'm getting ready to scoop the dip out, I see these little strings in the dip. And I asked the person in front of me, I said, what's this in the dip? And the person I asked happened to be a black lady. She was my supervisor. She took my hand and said, put that spoon down. You don't want that. I said, oh, okay. She said, I got some dip that I bought from Safeway up in the refrigerator. Eat that. So when I get upstairs to get her dip out the refrigerator, we sit down eating, right? And she tells me the reason she didn't want me to get the dip because the lady who makes that onion dip that everybody can't wait to get, she has a cat and there's always cat hair in the damn dip. And the way them people was